Today's show will be based solely on Survivor, and I want you to listen from now to the end. And don't forget to like and follow us on all our platform, our social media platform. You can also watch and listen to us on YouTube and every stream media. If you get this, just know you're gonna listen to Survivor. In terms of Survivor, in terms of financial, surviving financially, surviving emotionally, Survivor in all sense and in all ramification. So give it up for Mr. Osayande, Kelvin. So it's a wrap. Let's dive in. We can't afford to keep our audience waiting. So when I say Survivor, when I'm talking about Survivor, I'm talking about you able to exist continuously. Because now in some country and most country, you don't survive easily due to inflation, government policy, natural disaster, and all kind of thing that is. Or when you get to think about it, your mind is blown. You might even discover that you start having phobia for existence. So Survivor for continuous existence is what I'm going to be talking about today. And I hope you're listening to this podcast from now to the very end. Okay, now, before we dive in, I would like to throw more light on this because it's better for it to be interesting than for it to be boring. So I want you to take a few seconds and just think about that thing that happens that you were scared of before. Oh God, this thing should not happen, and suddenly the thing happened. How did you react? And how were you able to cope? So, now, I want you to just kind of imagine how that feeling was for you. So, most times, when we talk about Survivor, a lot of people don't want to say some certain thing because they are scared of what people might say, what people might, a lot of people have different understanding and different perspective towards what you might say, like what you're saying and how they understand it. So everybody crown their own perspective from their understanding, their decoding and their interpretation of what they are hearing. After that, let me drop this for you. Okay. First thing I'm going to discuss today is surviving emotionally. Yes, because a lot of people tend to do things due to what they have experienced and what other people have done to them, let's say in the past. And some people easily take advantage of good people and good deeds too. So, surviving emotionally. Don't forget, today's episode is Survivor. How do you survive emotionally? Let me create a scenario like this. Let's say you are a kind of person that always love doing good to people, and there's one particular person that you did good to. Instead of rewarding you for being good to them, they pay you with evil. The person rewarded you with evil. That thing might break you emotionally. Trust me. And let's take it this other way. You just came out from a broken relationship, heartbreak. I'm giving you a list of talking about emotional survivor. So I'm creating a picture for you so that you understand. Maybe this series might go in two if I'm unable to finish it in just this podcast. I might extend it to the other way. Okay, that aside. Okay, let's say you lost a loved one that you are very close to. Emotional breakdown, right? Let's say someone promised you something or promised you huge amount of cash and they disappointed you. Let's say emotional survivor. I'm painting a picture for you. Let's say in this part, or somebody that you have a lot of a lot of regards for, the person just disappoints you. Or let's say somebody you respect a lot, and the person just disappoints you. Let's say somebody that is your confidant. When you needed that person the most, the person is nowhere to be found. There are more emotional scenarios that require emotional survivor. So I can keep going on and on and on and on. All this, you will see it. You will see why you need to do what? To listen to this podcast to know how to survive emotionally. Don't forget, emotion, when you're talking about emotion also involve, it also revolve, can I say revolve or involve around like your psychic, psychology. Let me just put it like that. So, why is it important to know how to survive emotionally? Because people will always try to break you down emotionally. People will always try. It might be your loved ones, your family member, your colleague, your church member, whatsoever. As long as you interact with human beings, some of these people you interact with that you are very close to emotionally, some of them might try to do what? To break you down. You need to know how to survive emotionally. Yes, you need to know how to survive emotionally because you need it. Yeah. Sometimes it look funny, like, what are you talking about? I don't even want to listen to what you need to listen. My dear, you need it. How do you survive emotionally? How do you overcome all those emotions dropping on you? How? How do you handle these things? Some people, due to disappointment, due to emotional breakdown, they commit suicide. They do all sort of things to themselves just to be able to live, to survive that scenario that just transpired in their life. But that is not the way. Emotions are like water that is being stirred up. You can be angry, you can be happy, you can be sad, you can just be indifferent. You're neither happy nor sad. You can just be in a moody, like, emotional survival is key. It's very important. You need to know how to survive emotionally. Emotions are like driving a truck without a brake. Then when the thing happens, bam! When it just happens, when you snap. That is why sometimes people tell you don't make decisions when you are emotionally down. Don't make decisions when you are emotionally up. Don't do this, don't do that due to your emotion. Listen. At this point, you need to listen. From now to the end of this podcast, you need to listen. Emotions are like building block of human physique, or should I say human psychology? Yes, human thinking system. Let me put it that way, thinking process. Because your emotions will definitely affect your decision, either you like it or not. The things you do is being forwarded by how emotionally sound you are at that point. The things you do. If you are optimistic, your will power will grow. You will have a lot of will, and most of the things that you are putting yourself into will succeed. Because even the Bible says riches does not favor those in wrath. If you angrily do a business, you fail woefully. Don't forget that emotion, anger is an emotion. Anger is an emotional expression. Happiness is an emotional expression. So, emotional survivor. Listen. When things happen that want to break you, do you know what you do? You calm down. You hold break. You leave that environment. Then you start processing on your head. You start telling yourself, I am bigger than this. I'm not going to have emotional outburst. I'm not going to overreact because I'm bigger. Because I'm bigger. Put your emotion in check. Discipline yourself emotionally to that state that you don't just explode due to what somebody did or due to how you've been treated or how you're feeling. Discipline your emotion. Put your emotion on that check. If you are too excited, it's good to be excited. But just have this at the back of your mind that I'm excited now. Somebody might try to take this excitement away from me, but I'm not going to let the person. You have to try as much as possible to keep yourself happy. Even if things might not go the way you want it. Even if things are trying to pull you down, just place yourself in joy. Place yourself in that state of happiness. Because that is where you win. When you are happy is when you are winning. The winning side is the happy side. The winning side is the celebration side. Guard your happiness. Guide your joy. Guide your happiness. Listen to me. If you want to overcome, you want to survive emotionally, look for things that stir up that happiness feeling. That happiness, look for it. It doesn't have to be things that are bad. You don't need bad things to keep you happy. You don't need to be a pleasure addict to make you happy. Like, you don't need to be glued to some certain things that are evil, but give you short-time pleasure. You don't need short-time pleasure to be happy. You kill to happiness. You key to happiness. You plug yourself to happiness. You plug yourself to the joy. Tell yourself, I'm going to be happy no matter what. Because at the end of the day, is the happiness that strengthens your willpower. And your willpower is what makes you to succeed daily and for you to be great in life. Secure your joy. Protect your joy with everything you got. Even when you are disappointed, tell yourself, I am joyful. I am joyful. I am happy. Build strength. Happiness, joy. These things help you to overcome and survive emotionally.